Hey folks, and welcome to the Pipnotic Symposium for the 17th of July 2023. So today we're just going to have a quick look at some pairs. We're going to start on the dashboard. We're going to work our way through a few different pairs and see what this looks like on the chart, and maybe see if we can differentiate between assets that are ready to be traded and assets that are not ready to be traded, and maybe try and differentiate between why one is ready and why one is not, because this is a really important concept to understand, because we've all seen prices falling, and we see a level that we think is going to hold, and you put your limit order in, and price just tears through it. And this is because we have not yet found the bottom, and so trying to catch falling knives can be a very, very difficult task. And so when you combine a couple of different time frames, and you time it based on the histogram and supply and demand, things just get a lot easier for you, or for us, all of us. And so let's just start with that. And so I'm gonna have a look at the Canadian dollar Swiss franc to start off with. This is a 4-hour histogram alarm. Okay, this is from Friday. I'm just waiting for the histogram to run, the scanner to run, and so we should see here that it's very low, so it's ready to be bought. We are still in a downtrend. Sorry, in a downtrend here, which means that prices are continuing to move low, and so let's just see what that looks like on a price chart. And so looking here this is the 4-hour chart, you can see the price is just falling. Okay, so we would expect prices to turn around, and you can see here as well that we have this beautiful inefficiency above price. Okay, we have this here, and prices have just been going down, and now we're starting to reach a buy zone down here. At the same time, we're starting to do this. Okay, so this is super good. That doesn't mean that we buy. It just means that we're preparing to buy. So we're reaching the end of a bear cycle, like that. It started here, and it's coming to an end. We don't know if it's here or here, but we can see that it's beginning to draw near. So what we do then is we go down to a smaller time frame, let's say a 30-minute chart, and we can do a few different things. We can look at price structure to begin to fail, which we need to see, and we can start to wait and see these patterns that are important. And for a bottom, you would see a pattern that looks like this. So we have a low, and then we have prices running below the low, prices running above the high, and then moving down like this. So you need to see you want to see prices rush down, which essentially is divergence. So you want to see prices racing down like so, but then you want to see a previous high, the high that was able to move below the previous low. You want to see that one breached by this one just here. Okay, so prices go down, and then from here we manage to trade above this swing point here, or this supply, whatever it was that caused the break of this area just here. And once that happens, this is a very good sign, because this means that prices are very unlikely going to move below here, and we are going to probably try and find an entry somewhere in here. Okay, typically prices will go like this, and they can come back and bounce here, or sometimes they can have a bit of a deeper pullback and move back to maybe the origin or the base of this price structure before prices continue higher. But the beauty about waiting is that you wait for these patterns to emerge, and they can take several hours depending on the time frame that you're looking at to form. And so we just have to be patient here, and luckily we have lots and lots and lots of different ones that we can focus on. Okay, so we've got that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that to the top. I'm going to get something here below. So I've got, okay, so I can see in there now. So I can see that everything above is in the watch list. Okay, so let's go and have a look at the American dollar Swiss franc. This is going to be a similar situation. So US dollar Swiss franc, sorry, Swedish krona. Where are you? Okay, here we are. So the snare is going to be very similar. Okay, we've got huge price inefficiency, which should fill. We should fill all of this. Okay, that would be very nice. We're really in the buy zone, and so now we just want to wait for this to break. And so yeah, so now we have to wait for these little price patterns to emerge. Okay, you don't want to force them, but you do want to see them. You do want to see them take place. And if we look here, we've got something like this. And so we need prices to go above, and then maybe a move back, and then a move higher. So this is slowly playing out, but it's not quite ripe. So we'll move this to the top of the list, and we'll wait for that one because that looks quite interesting for us as well. Okay, let's continue on. So if we go to the American dollar, check. Let's have a look at that one. A friend of mine here in Bali is from Czech Republic, and so he's always asking me about this Czech currency. So I chucked it on the scanner for him, so he's keeping an eye on it because he's always moving euros and Czech currencies and dollars and whatnot into Indonesian rupiah. Here it is. So we move it here. See what this looks like. See if that pattern has started. Yeah, you can see it's starting to slow down. So if we look here, we started. See that dot? That's telling us that we have a disconnect between the underlying value and price, and we're right at the buy zone, which is very nice. Okay, the buy zone is right here, the bottom of these pullbacks, and this is where price is. We've got this, so this is a beauty. So we're going to move this one up as well. So on here, it's not quite happened yet. We want to see prices race north. We want these prices to bring to cut higher, which they have not yet done. Okay, so we'll leave that like that. We'll go back to the list. We have the Euro Norwegian Krona. Let's take a look at that. Euro Norwegian Krona. There you are. And so now we're already starting to turn a little bit. Let's see what it looks like on the 4-hour. Yeah, we've kind of already started to turn around. We didn't see that pattern necessarily, but we are seeing this is not really something that I'd be super keen about. We're seeing this area of supply that was removed, tested, and now it's slowly being gnawed away at, but we have not really moved beyond the sell zone. And so, I'd wait for this to do something a little bit more dramatic. I'd like to see a run to the lows before we move higher, but so I'm not going to continue looking at that. So I'll pass on that one. Then we'll move on to the Euro Swedish Krona. Euro Swedish Krona, where are you? Okay, so we've got the Euro Swedish Krona. This is what we look like. Reacting at this 4-hour demand beyond the buy zone. Price inefficiency above price, so this will likely fill. And so here, we're starting to see it in form now. Okay, so here we're doing this. We want to see this and something like that, addressing this. Not a huge imbalance because we've got a sell zone right there, a little area just there. So I think the prices will probably move through that quite easily. But we'll have to wait and see what we have there. But looking at this, when we are quite low, as you can see here, we're starting to turn around here. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. So I could pop that up in the list, but that's not super attractive. I'll put it at the bottom. Alright, so let's move on. The dollar Norwegian, there's a lot of exotics there. The dollar Norwegian, we don't want too exotics because they get really expensive dollar Norwegian here. Yeah, doing the same thing. Bit of a price inefficiency. We're probably going to move up to around here. Okay, this seems to be a pretty price sensitive area. Okay, so looking for that pattern here. Now we're not really doing anything. We need to break structure, and we can't really see anything on the 15-minute chart. No, it looks like we're just kind of gapping. We're low on liquidity, as you can see, because price has to travel far. And so we just have to wait for the markets to thicken up a little bit as the day progresses, and then we want to see these strong moves higher, and then we buy into pullbacks. Okay, so yeah, we can put that up as well. Put that above the Swissy. Sorry, the Swedish krona. We'll go to the chart here and have a look. Okay, so the dollar, I shan't take all of them, just a few. So the dollar, Japanese yen. The dollar, Japanese yen here. Okay, so yeah, so here, I mean, you can see it kind of clear here. As a matter of fact, so we want prices to come lower to here. Okay, so if we go to this time frame, smaller time frame, 15 is too small. Maybe the 1 hour or the 30-minute. Yeah, you can see it here, and so there you can see right there. There's an interesting area there. Let's have a look at this. What are we reacting on? So we're reacting on this. Okay, so this was an area that's price sensitive. We formed this area of demand, slingshot, depart, buy zone, demand here. So the demand is actually here. Prices have already been here, so this is where prices will go to. Prices went a little bit deeper, and so we could see a little reaction there. I'm not super confident about that one because we have moved quite far through it. If prices would have gone away, held away, and then continued, and this is the first time back, I'd be much more comfortable. And so I'd expect you could take a tiny trade here, but I would expect prices to maybe have a bit of a deeper dig into this area because of what we can see just here. So we'll wait. I'll put that into the list, and then we can watch that throughout the coming days. But that's what we have there. So this is a pretty decent area actually because of the departure here. So we've just formed this. If we could go like that, and we've got the area here. You'd want to go a little bit low like that, so prices move into here, and then potentially move away. So this could be something that's interesting to watch, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Okay, and then we had the dollar singy. The dollar singy just here. So yeah, we're super low, a lot of inefficiency above, which is nice. Let's see what we're doing on the bigger time frames. Yeah, okay, so we're at the bottom of this range. We've got a big trading range here. So this is actually the optimal place to trade because we're probably going to fill this. We're probably going to move at least into the middle of the range, which is around here. So we've got this to trade. We're low, so this could be an interesting spot. So let's watch and see what happens there. But there's nothing really. There's nothing. There's no action, no volatility in here telling us what's going on. So I would expect prices to continue lower a little bit, just a little bit until we can maybe find a bit of see a bit of like an increase in volatility, because there's nothing here. This is not telling us anything, so we'll have to be patient there. Okay, so let's have a look at the other side. We've got the cells. We got oil. Let's have a look at that. XBR USD. XBR USD. This is going to be tall. Okay. So, and we're pretty tall here on the 4-hour chart. And we've had a huge dump. We might have seen, I think this one's already done. Yeah, kind of already done, where we've it's kind of already happened. We could have a run up here, but I wouldn't take this. This doesn't look like a very attractive attractive situation, so I'd pass on that. Let's have a look at the XAG. What was that, XAG USD? Yes. There it is. Alright. So we're going to be pretty tall as well. Yes, very much so. See, this is looking a little bit better. See, if prices were able to move up into this, it'd be even nicer. And that could easily happen. So prices could have a big snap higher feeding into this and then pull back very quickly, because here there's nothing here. So there's no imbalance here. So we're going to need to go deeper. We're going to have to go further higher. So I would wait for prices to move up here. Let's see what's going on the daily chart. And the weekly. Yeah, so we're okay, so we're reacting off the highs here. It's been tested several times before. We've moved through this, qualifying this, which has been tested, which qualified this, removed by this. This one's gone. So now we're just testing that again. And so, yeah, a run a little bit higher, and then anticipation of a small correction to rebalance. This might be interesting. So going back to the 4-hour chart, yeah, this looks, yeah, this could be an interesting spot, because this is a, I mean, here we have, let me use this tool. We have some some value there, and prices kind of changing between, we have upper, we dropped a little bit low, went higher, and then lower, and then we broke away. And so prices come back here. Considering this, we'll probably see a nice correction to around here. So that might be nice. That might be a limit order worthy entry just there. Okay, we'll do one more and then we'll stop. Let's do the EuroCAD. EuroCAD there. Yeah, still nothing going on there. We're super tall. Nice little price nodule there. Price inefficiency, price inefficiency, price inefficiency. So we've got to wait for this to slow down a little bit. So I'm going to put that up in my little list. And I'll come back to that later today. Here, and I'm in Denmark at the moment. It's about 20 minutes to 12. So about, what is it, 10:40 GMT. So London's rolling, but it's Monday morning, and so things are maybe slowing down a little bit. So I'll probably check back later today and see if prices has moved a little bit more premium, and then I'll take another look at that and see what happens. Okay, so I mean, the takeaway for today is one of the most important things is paying attention to where price is relative to the cycles. You can see this using the histogram. Okay, you can see this using the dashboard. It's the same thing. And also, I mean, for entries, you need to see price tell you that it's going to turn around. And it can do that by breaking structure, consuming opposing supply and demand. But you can also use currency strength like I have here. And so here now, I mean, we would want to see the magenta line, the Canadian dollar. This is the fast one. This is the slow one. We'd want to see that pass the blue, which is the euro. And we'll probably see that in price anyway, so you don't really even need to look at this. This is just showing us what's happening with the major flows across the board with all instruments relative to the Canadian dollar and the euro. But if you see these two cross here, you'll be able to see that here. So I mean, essentially in a scenario like this one here, where we have a range, price moves up to the range, we start moving around like this, we start trading premium. You want to see prices move down, move below here, and then move up, and then continue moving lower to address this. So we have like a nice, a decent profit target here, keeping in mind that we also have some inefficiency in this little price structure down here, just a little bit. So I have to see, and there's no demand here, so prices should easily dump through that and come back to around here, and essentially down here at some stage in the not so distant future. Okay, so keep your eyes on those. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks again, once again, for watching.